Hello everyone. Imagine living in a place where the water that once supported your crops and your livelihood suddenly become too salty to use. This is exactly what is happening in Vietnam Mekong Delta, where a growing environmental problem known as saltwater intrusion is threatening millions of people. To understand the crisis, we must first understand the geography. Yet, this fragile landscape supports around 18 million people and produces over half of Vietnam's rice and almost all of its export, feeding millions both within Vietnam and around the world. Here is the paradox. There is more fresh water flowing in the dry season, but the riverbeds have been hollowed out. Unregulated sand mining and sediment trapped by upstream dams have lowered the riverbed by up to 3 meters, creating a smooth path for heavy saltwater waves to slide far inland. As a result, saltwater intrusion continues to worsen even when river flow increases. For rice, 4 grams of salt per liter is the ultimate death sentence. This front is no longer confined to the coast, reach up to 70 kilometers inland, poisoning in the soil in the regions that have been strictly freshwater zones for centuries. Today, more than 1.8 million hectares of land are affected by saltwater intrusion each year. Look at the timeline. The gap between extreme events is closing rapidly. Large-scale salinity damage was first widely recognized in 1998. What used to be a once-in-a-century crisis in 2026 became even worse in 2020 when the Mekong Delta experienced its worst drought in 19 years. Today, early salinity surges are simply the new baseline normal that farmers must expect every single year. In 2017, the Vietnam government passed Resolution 120. This was a profound post-political shift. This government stopped trying to build great walls to keep the sea out. Instead, they declared that brackish water is an economic resource to be harnessed. Farmers were encouraged to move away from the rush monoculture and adopt more flexible and climate-resilient farming systems. We are not abandoning engineering entirely, but we are making it smart. The Chai Long Chai Bay system is Vietnam's largest tidal control infrastructure. Its automated slush gate don't block the river forever. They act like valves, opening during the low tide to flush out waste and store fresh water, and closing only when ocean salinity spikes. This allows water resources to be managed more efficiently throughout the year. How do farmers adapt? They use machine learning. By analyzing Pacific Ocean temperature and upstream levels, predictive models can forecast salinity surges up to 19 months in advance with an accuracy of more than 86%, giving communities valuable time to adjust their agriculture calendars and prepare for the dry season conditions. At the farm level, the rice stream model is a massive success. Instead of failing to grow rice in the dry season, farmers welcome the saltwater, flood their paddies, and raise high profitable brackish shrimp. Over 80,000 hectares in Chamong now operate on this resilient cycle. Farmers are also introducing salt-tolerant crops such as quinoa and beetroot in areas where traditional rice cultivative is become increasingly difficult. With this profound message, true resilience is not about keeping the ocean out. It is about learning how to live with the tide. True resilience requires early warning technology, adaptive farming, and sustainable water management working together. Vietnam's shift from rigid control to flexible economic adaptation provides a survival roadmap for Delta region worldwide. In my opinion, the Mekong Delta demonstrates that climate challenge cannot be solved by technology alone. Long-term resilience depends on respecting natural environment cycle and finding a balance between economic development and environmental protection. By working with nature rather than against it, communities can better adapt to future climate challenges and build a more sustainable future. Thank you.